I just want to talk to you about in this presentation about re-entries. I had an email recently from a member of surfcoach.com who said that they're having trouble landing their re-entries. And without seeing the surfer, I thought, well, what are the common issues that surfers have when they make mistakes on re-entries? What I wanted to show you was some of the re-entries that people do. In this case, there's the basic re-entry, just a foam type of re-entry, and then the more vertical type of re-entry to finish the manoeuvre, or the advanced manoeuvre like this one where the surfer comes deep off the bottom and goes vertical up the face, which leads them to a good snap and then a little bit of a flow to lip line type of finish, lip line re-entry finish to complete the manoeuvre. Now, those manoeuvres are all performed well mainly because of the fact that these guys have got good technique. And as said in the email to this member, there's a number of reasons why people make mistakes on their entries. But the three fundamental ones are that when the surfer comes off the bottom, the first thing they have to do is to get high enough off the top. And what we're talking about here is that the surfer should be getting high enough so that their front foot gets above the lip on impact. In this case here, the front foot is just to the top of the wave, and what that does, it doesn't give the surfer enough height off the top, because as this surfer comes down, you can see that they're struggling to get back over the top of their board, and they do make this re-entry, but it's not a good make. So again, if you go up and you don't go high enough on the wave, or you don't put the board high enough so your front foot's above the lip on impact, then you catch an inside rail like here. This surfer here just catches an inside rail there, and often that knocks you off the board, but also in this case they've recovered and then they've got pushed forward to get nice and low to make the manoeuvre. But because of the lack of height, this would be a problem this surfer would have often. This surfer here comes off the bottom, and as they get to the top, they do the manoeuvre, but they fall off the board. What needs to be done is you need to twist before impact. So what this surfer does, it got to the top, and they hit the top, but the twisting comes after. If you look at the head and shoulders, the twist comes mainly now, but that was after impact rather than before. So you've got to, as you get to the top of the wave, just before you get to the top, you've got to twist your head and shoulders away from the top. And what you're trying to do here is you're trying to look where you want the board to point. If you do that late, well, this is what happens. You lose your fins over the back and you are unsuccessful. The third thing is that you need to push forward to a chest over front knee position on the way down to complete the manoeuvre. So in this case, this surfer did two things. They didn't get enough height. So you can see the front foot, at this point, the board needs to be up and the front foot needs to be up clearly above the foam. That gives you the height necessary so you can come back around and not catch a rail and also recenter over the board in an effective way. To show what should be done, you can see the surfer comes off the bottom, and as they go up towards the top, you can see that they get to this point here, and before the front foot is up to the lip, you can see that there's this rotation starting to happen. You can see that this twisting, and then the surfer gets high enough so the front foot is above the lip. It's the second thing. And the third thing is that they push forward and recenter chest over front knee to complete the manoeuvre. When we have a look at a goofy footer doing it, so he comes off the bottom, before he gets to the top of the wave, you can see here that the board, he starts to twist, and before he gets to the top, clearly the front foot is above the lip on impact, and then you'll see that he pushes forward, chest over front knee. When we have a look at these together, it's exactly the same whether you're going natural or goofy. They get to this point, which is clearly before the ball gets to the top of the wave. They start to rotate and look away. They push or drive. They drive high enough up so that the front foot is clearly above the lip on impact. And both of them come over and push forward, chest over front knee to complete the manoeuvre. Those three things, the rotation before impact, front foot above on impact, and then chest over front knee as you come down, are essential to consistency whenever you're doing your forehand re-entries.